Yes. Okay. I'll now call to order the closed meeting of the Watsonville Community Hospital Board of Directors for Wednesday, January 28th. I'll now ask our clerk to give us a roll call.
Yes, Director Friel. Here. Director Gallagher.
Here.
Director Pimentel.
Here.
Attorney.
Here. Okay. Before we get started with the closed session agenda, I do want to make two comments. One of them, a general comment that I received. Let me find this. So earlier last week, I believe it was on the 16th of January or the 14th of January. Was it Katie? Yeah, 14th. The 14th of January, our board of director or member of the board of directors, Katie Gabriel Cox, who has been on the board of directors since we were formed on March 2022, stepped down. And so we will have an item in the open session, of the regular session of the Watsonville Community Hospital and the district as well, to discuss kind of the steps ahead to fill that vacancy. But I do want to read a statement that she sent to me. I had a really great conversation with Katie, and we have been in the foxhole, so to speak. Me, her, and Director Pimentel as well, being a part of the board since its founding back in March 2022. And so I'll read it. It's very brief, and just as Katie would like it. It says, "Dear members of the board, staff, and community, I want to share my deepest thanks for all that each of you gives towards our collective mission to secure high-quality healthcare access for our community. It was an honor to serve with all of you in this way. As a member of the medical staff, I will be shifting into hospital governance. Though my seat is changing, my resolute commitment to achieve health equity in our community has only strengthened. I look forward to ongoing partnership and collaboration, and I am filled with gratitude for all of your work. And gratitude, Katie Gabriel Cox." So she is leaving the board, but she's not going very far. And so I just wanted to make that announcement before we get started with tonight's meeting. As you'll see, not only are there only 4 of us, but there's less desk space. So I just wanted to address that. The other thing is I do want to make an announcement. I understand that we have a couple of guests here who I don't want to hold back too long, who would like to speak during public comment. So I am going to open up our public comment session to matters that are also not on tonight's closed session agenda. And so we'll start with that, and then we'll move on to any public comment for matters that are on tonight's closed session agenda, which there are 3 items on our closed session. So anyone wishing to speak on anything not on closed session, please have 2 minutes, and our clerk will give you the.
Thank you. Directors, my name is Sherry Thomas. I'm the assessor recorder for Santa Cruz County. On behalf of myself and auditor, controller, treasurer, and tax collector Laura Bowers, I wanted to provide you an update on the Pajaro Valley Healthcare District tax rate correction project. As you may be aware, a tax rate calculation error was discovered after the annual property tax bills went out in October. Once the issue was discovered, the county property tax team, made up of the assessor's office, the auditor, controller, and the treasurer and tax collector's offices, acted immediately to determine what went wrong and how to fix it. We discovered that a software error resulted in approximately 5,000 parcels not being billed and about 19,000 parcels that were charged too much because the bond cost was spread over too few parcels. Earlier this week, we completed the manual processing of all of those corrections. And starting on Friday, the corrected tax bills will be going out to taxpayers. I want to acknowledge the extensive efforts of staff across our departments who work diligently to unwind this complex issue. With the corrected tax bills will be a notice of correction, and in that letter will be a link to a webpage that's been created specifically for this purpose. That webpage also has a frequently asked questions portion. Looking ahead, the county property tax team has completed a comprehensive review of the new district formations and are collaborating to ensure that this type of error does not happen again. We understand how important accuracy is when it comes to property taxes, and we sincerely apologize for the inconveniences this has caused. If you do have any questions or concerns, please reach out to myself or Lord Bowers. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak on items not on tonight's agenda?
So Felipe Hernandez, Santa Cruz County Board of Supervisors, District 4, this area. Quick announcement, the last board meeting that we had, we passed an ad hoc committee that we started called SHIELD. It's an acronym for Safeguard Health, Inclusion, Essential Services, and Local Defense. And what it is it's a fast response ad hoc committee. They will bring things to the board in case ICE comes. And so we want to be prepared. And one of the first items that we're probably going to bring is the ice-free zones that San Jose did that last Tuesday night. So any public property that's part of the county or the city, for that matter, is off limits to ICE, because when ICE comes, they stage in an area for a certain amount of time. I remember the previous time they came, they staged over by East Lake Village. We want to expand this, and hopefully a lot of the cities will also follow suit and do the similar ordinance. But I was thinking about the hospital, such a big parking lot here too. It'd be good if the hospital district also took it on as well. We're gonna send memos to all the cities and the health district now too, to see if you guys would follow suit. And really just, it's about protecting, it's not about politics, it's about protecting our patients and our workers. That's what we're doing. And along with that, we're gonna do staff training, frontline training of what to do in case ICE does come to the workplace, right? How to secure the doors, what to say. We're gonna be having training for frontline staff. So that, I just wanted to make that announcement, and we'll have our board office reach out to all the different agents, all the different districts, and also all the cities and school districts. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak on items not on tonight's, please?
My name's Roseanne Ferris, nurse over at Watsonville Hospital in the ICU. So back in November, the nurses union sent a request for information regarding immigration. As nurses, we appreciate belonging to a union that keeps us up with all aspects of keeping our patients and professions safe. State Bill 81 was passed in November, and at that time, our nurses requested to meet and confer. SB 81 is being implemented, and that's what we want to see at our hospital. ICE has already been seen and present in our community. In light of recent violence, we are demanding to meet. Just as we prepare for external and internal disasters, we need to be well practiced in our response when ICE arrives here. Thank you. And I wanted to ask to see if I could approach to give you a copy of that RFI that we.
Please, you can give it to Resident Terror Clerk.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak on items not on tonight's agenda? Okay, oh, please, yes.
Yeah, I don't have a response prepared. I think most of you know me. I'm Teresa Mack, California Nurses Association labor representative. I was gone briefly, but I have returned as the labor representative. Honored to be back with you nurses. I'm glad that the subject that was brought forward is perhaps the most concerning to so many of us across the Central Coast. We just had, of course, we've had a couple of vigils for registered ICU nurse, Veterans Health Administration nurse, Alex Preddy. My nurses made 1,000 fees in one day. And we held a big vigil and demand for justice, not just for RN Preddy, who was murdered in cold blood on videos that we all saw before our eyes. That is not normal. And while the nurses remain the guardians of our community and our patients, have been since senior administration to work with us and stand with us, because we feel that it's not a matter of when or if, but when. That regime of very untrained and dangerous, well-armed mass, what I think are terrorists, come into our community. We want to be ready. And we want our patients and our community to feel safe to come to the hospital. And so if anyone wants to stand with the nurses and I, they need a chance to hold a vigil tonight on behalf of not just Armed Ready, but all our patients, because what I've heard from nurses at all my other 3 hospitals is it could have been one of them standing up for the patients.
Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak on items not on tonight's agenda? Okay, seeing none, I will move on to items, to public comment on matters on tonight's agenda for closed session. And we have 3 items. It's the medical executive committee's report for January 2026, public employee performance evaluation, and item number 3 is our conference with labor negotiators. Anyone wish to speak on these items? Okay, seeing no comments, we'll recess into closed session and return back for the open. Thank you. Yeah.
Well,